everyone, back again. Hope you're having a fantastic day or night, depending on where you live. So we are back to watch another video of a crazy woke person talking about crazy woke stuff, because it's what we do on this channel, and even though it frustrates me, you know, I love to do it. So that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, before we jump into the video, can I please ask that if you're not subscribed to the channel yet and you do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. It means the absolute world to me and it supports the channel more than you realize. We also have channel memberships, which there's a bunch of cool perks. So if that's how you want to support the channel, that would be amazing. But whichever way you do choose to support the channel, just know that it means the absolute world to me and I love you. Alright, let's see what this fine young lady is all about.
I just got out of a lecture and I think also said something that really struck me that I feel like
before she even says anything, these days it's a red flag. If you're going to talk about what a professor taught you in a lecture, you know it's going to be nonsense, because the stuff that these kids are getting taught in like universities these days, ooh.
It's super obvious that I just had not connected the dots on before, and that is the fact that the term American citizen is a racialized term. It's associated with whiteness, whether we want it to or not.
I'm gonna stop the video right there. What? How do you even? Okay. Whether I really hope that she wasn't actually taught this by a professor, because that's terrifying. But I don't understand how you think of a statement like that and go, yeah, no, that checks out. That's definitely true. It's called an American citizen because you're a citizen of America. Mind blown, right? Crazy. It's like, I am an Australian citizen because I live in Australia. These people.
Because of the way that white supremacy is so intricately bound with the foundation of the country of America, that when you hear the word American citizen, the first thing that comes to mind is a white person. Disagree wholeheartedly. I am not American. I am Australian. I live in Australia. And I guarantee that me and a lot of other people, especially people who aren't American, the first thing we think when we think of an American is not a white person. America is incredibly multicultural. If anything, when I think of American, and this has changed a little bit because I make a lot of content kind of about America, and I'm a lot more learned about America and American things. But before I started really doing this channel and really being interested in politics and really caring about what was going on in America and all that kind of thing, when I thought of an American, I either thought of the deep South people, which I guess they are primarily white, but also that hey, what are you doing? I'm walking here. I tried to do a New York accent and I just turned into Luigi. I don't know what happened. But terrible accents aside, I really don't think of a white person when I think of America. I think of African Americans, and I think of I know there are a lot of Italians over there. I know that there are a lot of Asians. I don't think white person. And if anything, this has kind of had it's not the Streisand effect, but a similar thing, because I've watched this TikTok and because she said this. Now every time I hear America or American citizen, I'm gonna think of that, where before that wasn't the case. Not everything is racist. No matter how hard you try to make it, not everything is racist. And in fact, you are the racist one by trying to make everything that's not racist, racist. And it's funny, I know you guys get it. You know as well as I do. It's those that claim to be against racism, they're always the biggest racists. And what's crazy is I have this super vivid memory when I was only maybe 5 or 6 years old. My mom was just about to get her citizenship and she was like, yeah, I'm going to be an American citizen. And I was freaking out because I fully thought that my mother was going to turn into a white woman.
Cap. That, sir, is cap. She started this video talking about how her professor is the one that taught her this. And I quote, and I feel like it should have been super obvious, but I just hadn't connected the dots on this before. So you're telling me you remember this insane memory that just so happens to fit your narrative perfectly, but
you didn't connect the dots, but you have this crazy vivid memory from when you were 5 or 6 years old, which most people don't remember much from that age anyway. And look, I was a kid once. I was 4 or 5 once. And not once, even when I was like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not once did I ever think that my parents could just turn into a different race. See, what's funny is I had a white mum and I have a black dad. So I'm like, I had best of both worlds. And I never thought my mum was going to randomly turn black. And I never thought my dad was going to randomly turn white. It's just not something you ever think of. I mean, like, my mum was English, right? And I remember vividly, that my mum went to America when I was maybe 6. She went to Hawaii, she went to America, she went to a bunch of different places. And I never thought she was going to come home with, like, a deep southern accent. And I didn't think she was going to come home and be Hawaiian. Like, it's just not how a child's brain works. It's clearly just a made-up story to further her point. Shocking, a leftist who lies. We never see that.
Freaking out because I fully thought that my mother was going to turn into a white.
I bet. Yeah, I bet.
And obviously she didn't.
Obviously.
It's crazy to me how at such a young age I already was conditioned to think that American citizen meant white by default.
My God, I'm so, like, look, I get it. You have an agenda. I get it. I see it every day. But imagine, like, thinking, oh, hello, you good? Imagine thinking, like, oh, I've got a good idea for a video. Then you record the video, you watch it back, because of course you're going to, you edit it, and after all those steps, you still think it's a good idea to put this drivel on the internet. My goodness. I swear, some people are just beyond help. As I've said already, not everything is racist. And it's just so crazy to me that the woman who clearly thinks that she is, like, against racism, she's the one, I've never heard anywhere before that being an Australian citizen or being an American citizen or being a bloody Chinese citizen immediately means, like, white, because when you think of America you think of white. And the thing is, that is very, very, like, you're making a huge assumption. It's not the first time that we've seen this kind of stuff from, like, leftists or, like, wokies, where they're getting outraged at an assumption made because they're assuming what someone else thinks. Like, just because you immediately think of white person when you think of America doesn't mean that everybody's like that. And if anything, it kind of sounds like you're the racist. Alright, that is the end of that video, but I would love to hear what you think in the comments down below. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet and you did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.